Everybody knows Christmas is coming. Thank one and all. Time to hang your stockings, baby, and have yourself a ball. People all over this big world, they're getting ready to play. Kissing under the mistletoe and rocking the night away. So let's dance, baby. Let's swing the night away. Baby, hold me close, 'cause in our hearts, Christmas Eve. That was a really fun bookstore run. There was a lot of damage done. I haven't really bought a ton of books recently because I've been reading mostly library books, so ebooks on my Kobo, and also trying to get through my physical TBR, so books I already own that I haven't read yet. But I think a new thing I've been trying is when I read a few books that are really good, I add them to like a wish list tag on my Storygraph. So when I actually go book shopping and when there's instances like there's Black Friday sales or Boxing Day sales, I know exactly which books I need to pick up that I want to reread in the future. So on that note, what I picked up was Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is really funny because I think you guys will see Connie has the same book right up there, but we've been debating and I think I just want my own copy so I can reread it and annotate it and everything. So in case you don't know what Happy Place is about, it has been quite popular recently, but it is about this basically second chance romance kind of thing. So it's a couple who has recently broken up, but they haven't had the chance to tell their friends yet. And basically the girl gets invited to their annual, I think it's annual or some sort of tradition-based cottage trip, and when she arrives she realizes that her ex is there as well, and it's just following this little like friends cottage trip with this broken up couple. That's a really weird way of putting it, but that's the only way I can think of describing it right now. Two books I got, this is gonna be really weird. I got the first two books in the Scythe trilogy. I think I referred to this previously before in my autumn reading vlog, I think, but I really liked reading this series earlier this year. I think there's one final book called The Toll that's missing, but I literally just buy based on, to be honest, what's on sale, since I already read all three books. So I'm not in a rush to get the whole series, which might sound a bit psychopathic, but this is a dystopian novel based on basically we've achieved all that's possible with AI, and AI has basically created human immortality, or as close as we'll ever get to it. So all the sicknesses in the world, all the accidents, all the whatever has been resolved. I think the only way people can truly die is through being burned. Every other situation you can literally be reconstructed and revived. So in order to combat that, there's a society that is created called the Scythes, and they essentially go around and kill people to establish order in humanity and everything. So they're supposed to be this really elite and very like high and honorable group. So that's what this trilogy follows. It is really excellent, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for a series to get into. The final book I picked up is Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. I've already talked about her so many times on this channel, so I don't think I'm gonna go too much in depth into this, but this is about like a coal merchant who essentially discovers some very sketchy things going on in his small community, and specifically related to the church that is a big portion of the community. It's a short read. I also really just wanted it because I love the cover, and I also have Foster back there by Claire Keegan, so I just kind of want to start completing the set of her books as I read through them. So I'm really excited to pick this up as well. The only book that's missing from this is I ordered it for pickup later because they didn't have it in the store, and it's Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So I'm finally starting to add romance books into my collection, which has otherwise been like fantasy, lit fic, and some like nonfiction. I'm expanding out into some other books, so that's exciting. Cool. I'm gonna stamp these later and go through the whole process of, I like to either make a note of who gifted me the books or where I bought them and what year I got them in. So I think that's a fun little thing, along with adding my own little library stamp on them. All of these I bought with gift cards, so they will be tracked in terms of who bought me the gift cards. So we love that.
Now I just need to place everything on my bookshelf, which is running out of room. Wish me luck. I think so that is my litfic general fiction section full and my fantasy sci-fi section full. So I guess romance and Emily Henry is now joining the nonfiction section, which makes total sense. I love that. No, I'm joking. I hate it. I hate when this categorization doesn't work out well, but it is what it is. It'll go up there. I can't reach up there while holding a camera, so just trust me when I say that that will happen. Hello, hello. You're in my mirror and I'm getting ready right now for a little outing. So I have two things to do at this outing. The original part of this plan was that I signed up for a little, it's called the Stitch and Bitch. If you've heard of it, if you haven't, it's essentially like a little community gathering that comes together and we all work on our own fiber arts projects. So this can be like knitting, crocheting, sewing, anything that you want to. So some people do like some embroidery, some patching, all of that. And it's run by one of the local thrift stores here called Past Lives. So the owner there is like, it's super fun and she just organizes these little like community gatherings that are totally free to join other than like a little, you know, potluck of snacks that we all bring. So that's what I was going into the area for. But at the same time, one of my friends lives in like literally the backyard of that thrift store. So I'm just gonna grab dinner with her first before going. So we're gonna go get some pho at my favorite pho place. I'm gonna introduce her to that. So with that, we're gonna have a little makeup session in this very strange lighting. Like I can't see anything very clearly, but it's just gonna be the way it is. So that's what we're working with. I've also stopped wearing, this is a lot of talking, but I've stopped wearing a ton of foundation, like any foundation. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get. So I'm just gonna conceal some spots, put on some like color to give my face general life, and that's what you're gonna get. For the rest of the night, I will just be filming kind of like scenes here and there. I'm not the person who like vlogs and puts faces in, especially when they don't want to be. That is probably targeted to some vloggers out there. On that note, I'll just put some fun instrumental music in starting now and you can enjoy this cute little crafty night with me. All right, I am back home and also very bad at vlogging when there's other people involved. So I got like 3 videos total. I went to the pho restaurant with my friend and then we ended up being like, we were sat behind this little Christmas tree that was really cute at the restaurant. But because of that, we were totally hidden in a corner and we had about like an hour to eat. And I think because we were hidden in the corner, the server kept forgetting about us, which I'm not even mad about because I'm like I'm not gonna say a regular, but like that is my absolute go-to pho place and they are phenomenal. So it wasn't them, it was us and our bad table positioning. So we were so rushed, literally had like 20 minutes by the time we got our food to just eat as fast as we could and also catch up at the same time. So there was very little filming done then. And even with that, I was like 15 minutes late, which I hate being late to things, but I was 15 minutes late to the Stitch and Bitch and they waited for me, which was really nice, before we kind of went through and did a round of like, it happens at every session, but like your name, what you're stitching, and then what you want to bitch about. So it was kind of fun. And it was a really nice gathering and it's fun to kind of just like hang out with people, like another group of people that you're almost like less familiar with, and it's like chatting with strangers, which is very fun. And I'm working on, I was gonna say a little project, but it's quickly gone crazy. I'm working on this like sweater and so far you can see it's like a bit of like a mock neck situation. The sleeves are meant to be here, but I'm just finishing up kind of like the torso portion of it. So this has been many months in progress. I either am in like a full knitting hyperfixation and I get a bunch of it done, or I don't touch it for months in a row. So I'm actually glad I went to this event because it's gotten me back into the groove of things, and I'm hoping it'll help me just like commit to this sweater more now and just finish it up so I can move on to the next project. Anyway, so it's already pretty late because the event was from 7 to 9, and then came back, did some just chatting with her family, watching some stuff on the TV, and now it's around bedtime again. So a very exciting and fun-filled day, a lot of just going outside and doing stuff. Patronus is kind of mad because of that, because he's been ditched by me at home. So tomorrow we're gonna do more of a home day and just have some baking and stuff, so hopefully he'll forgive me then. Okay, thanks for joining for day 3, and I'll see you tomorrow with some little recipes. Goodbye.